Good evening, my name is Garrett and welcome to The Last Call. On tonight's verses we have a Redbreast coming in at a 40% ABV, 12-year age statement, versus Redbreast coming in at a 46% ABV, 15-year age statement. Now, a lot of times when you think of the higher dollar Irish whiskey area, Redbreast comes to mind. Redbreast 12 is probably the pinnacle point for so many people to get into, wow, this is Irish whiskey? And more recently, I was able to find this here in Indiana at a stupidly good price, and I couldn't pass it up. But I was curious because these are both almost identical bottles. They're both using a blend of malted and unmalted barley. They're both pot still. They are, again, 12 and 15 years old. This one does have that 40% versus the 46. So they're going up another 6 percentages on ABV plus that extra 3 years. But I wanted to sit down and do an AB comparison between them because in most markets, there's a significant price difference between these two. So let's find out how it goes. Let's get into it. As always, we'll be talking about notes, taste, a little bit of a winner so-called, and wrap up in the market price section. And as always, make sure you like the video, subscribe to the channel, hang around for a bit. If you're interested in some of the Redbreast reviews, some links will be up above and down below. Those will take you to just all the other ones I've picked up because I've actually got quite a bit. The only one I'm missing that I can think of is the cask strength. I've yet to find that at a good price. I missed the opportunity of picking it up at like $75, and I was an idiot for not grabbing it. And I went back and it was gone. And I was very, very mad at myself. But again, I found this more recently here in Indiana at a dumb price that I couldn't pass up. Color-wise, they are very, very close. The 15 is just a shade darker though. Not a whole bunch, but it is darker. All right. Let's go for notes on the 12-year version. Oh man. Right away, I'm reminded why this is the pinnacle spot of Irish whiskey. And again, I'm a spot fan. I've hunted down all the spots, and I love what they do. But I'll tell you what, this nose, it's a little bready, almost like a dessert cake. A little sweet vanilla. You get a little bit of that barley going on as well. No ABV, nothing harsh. Beautiful sherry notes too. Dark fruits, a little nuttiness, bit of spice. It is crazy how beautiful that nose really is. And it's only 40%, and it has retained so much on the nose. Usually that kind of a nose that wouldn't come across in a 40% ABV. You'd be looking at 46 just because it's at that higher ABV count. It holds more oils. It's usually non-chill filtered at that point. Oh, but there is this. You get a little bit of the classic Irish note, that shortbread cookie, bit of caramel in there as well. A little bit of like a wild honey, a little pepperiness. But boy, that is just a pretty nose. All right, let's go for notes on the 15-year version. And here, things are more refined. It's a little deeper, a little bit more like this is your public, or I shouldn't say this. That's going to sound bad. This is a well-kept library. You know, it's got beautiful kept books. Everything's well dusted. This one, you got that rich, dark woods going on, little fireplace going on. Just it's got a different, more mature feeling to things. Beautiful light vanilla in there as well. That sherry cask is dark, rich fruit notes. Definitely on this one, you get more berries. Almost like raspberry, kind of blackberry going on. Beautiful light oak in there. A little bit of apple is showing up for me as well. A little bit of apple sweetness. More, actually, now it's kind of turned into more apple skin. Yeah, like you just peeled an apple and you have all the pile of skins when you're a kid because you don't eat the skins. Because who eats skins as a kid? That's gross. Projecting a bit there. No ABV, nothing harsh yet again. I love the barley notes in this one, though. I have definitely learned through my journey of spirits how beautiful barley can come across. And the Irish, man, you guys can really bring the notes. All right, let's go for taste on the 12-year. Beautiful, soft, sweet barley notes, a little grain in there. It's got this beautiful layer of sweetness, that bit of oak and charriness showing up as well. And it even rests on your tongue. Beautifully soft. A little bit of spiciness, a little nuttiness in there. The sherry cask plays really well on the taste as well. It's just got this rich, dark, fruity, nutty note going on here. But then it kind of just rides off a little bit too quick, in my opinion. The finish on there just kind of... And you want it to hang around a little bit longer. And again, I'm assuming it's because it's only at that 40%. It doesn't have the same cling as a higher proofed whiskey does. But still, it tastes much higher than 40%. I'll give it that. It's also got that little bit of toffee going on here. That caramel is playing around with the barley, I feel like, bringing a little bit of that nuttiness quality going on and giving it that toffiness to it. It's a little sweet, a little bit of those ex-bourbon casks playing really well with the spirit as well. But the winner, in my opinion, that sherry cask is beautifully layered on there. Almost like layering something on top of another drink, where it's got that perfect line. That's what Redbreast and their cask system does with their finishing. That is beautiful. All right, let's go for taste on the 15. That's just beautiful. Oh, that is so good. The malted barley showing up on the taste here. I love that when I can find that barley note now. It's sweet, but yet so flavorful. It's got that beautiful sherry cask going on here, bringing in those dark, rich, complex, like stone fruit and deep berries and dark orchard fruits like fig and plum. And that nuttiness from that cask as well is beautiful in there. And here at that 46%, it's clinging a little bit more. It just has that little bit higher proof to it and just coats the whole tongue and your sides of your cheeks. It is beautiful. It's a little more oily because of that higher ABV. And you almost get it kind of gives me the vibes of what like Jack Daniels does with that mapleness going on, because it's a little sweet, it's a little earthy, a little nutty in there. But the complex and the more matured notes that are showing up in those 3 additional years is phenomenal. It just has such a different mouthfeel to it. And I think that, for me, is a great talking point for this one. And why, if you've had this and you go, I love this, this is just going to elevate it even more. I still love the 12, but the more I sip on the 15, it really changes your mindset on going, that is a damn good whiskey. I love the charriness showing up in there, that malted barley with that. The sweet layers is what really kicks it into another gear as well. Just that sherry cask mixed in there with that barley, bringing in those the toasted and that kind of earthiness to it. That's really darn good. All right, so let's talk about a winner before we get to the market price section. You know, this is a hard one. The complex flavors that this one brings across is beautiful. It's hard to beat a classic though. But for me personally, I'm definitely going to have to give it to the 15 just because I love the deeper, richer notes of those fruit from the sherry cask. It just brings out that whole nother layer, and with that barley. While I did get some of that sweet grains over here from the barley, this one here just takes it to another level. Not to take anything against the 12 year. And that takes us into the market price section, because we all know market price is market price, and it's always going to vary. So in my market, I can usually get this for about $65 to $75, sometimes maybe a little bit more. When it comes to the Redbreast 15, I actually only paid about $90 for this one, and I was floored when I seen it on the shelf. I've never seen it that low. My market usually has this at about $112 to $130. And I was going to pick it up for $130 and not really blink much of it. If I found it at $112, it was going to be a steal of a price in my eyes. But after getting it at $90, I grabbed that quicker off the shelf than I have anything else. And I went to the counter and they scanned it and it came up with that price. I'm like, yeah, take my money. So with that close of a difference, obviously, I got to give it again to the Redbreast 15. It just at $90 versus $60 for $30 more. Beautiful palette on that, even less than $30. It's a great buy. Again, most of the times it's not that cheap. So it's usually, I'm going to say, let's average it at about 110. I'm going to back here. This isn't quite worth double of what a standard Redbreast 12 is to me. This is beautifully done. The 12-year version just comes across so subtly sweet, and it just brings all these beautiful characters. And it's a great starting point for Redbreast and for Irish whiskey in general. That's why I have no arguments of saying this is worth it every day in the market price section. And again, this is an anomaly for most markets. You're not going to usually find this for $90. But if you could find this on the shelf for $90 every day at that price and not have to worry about it. Yeah, for the $20 difference on these two, grab this. But if you're looking to save a few dollars here, especially when this is up at $100 plus for most areas, grab the 12. Enjoy it, because it's a beautiful bottle. But yeah, there you have it, folks. Redbreast 12 versus Redbreast 15. If you have any questions about either bottle today, let me know down in the comment section below. I will do my best to answer it. And if you have any spirits I should put up against each other, also let me know down below. I love doing these A/B comparisons. Helps you make a decision at home. Helps me kind of expand and learn a little bit more as well. And as always, may your last drink of the night be the best one.
You know, and I even like it might